Many people ask themselves, why do I keep attracting narcissistic partners? Why do I end up being devalued and emotionally drained? Is it just bad luck? The truth is, narcissists rarely choose randomly. A narcissist is not simply looking for a partner. They are looking for a source of admiration, validation, emotional supply. They need someone who will stabilize their fragile self-esteem. And surprisingly, they often choose empathetic and emotionally intelligent people. If you are supportive, understanding, patient, and willing to work on relationships, you become attractive to them. Why? Because empathetic people tolerate longer. They try to understand. They excuse behavior. They blame themselves first. They believe love can fix things. A narcissist senses this quickly. In the beginning, they present an ideal version of themselves. Confident, charming, attentive. They mirror your dreams and values. It feels like deep connection. But this is not coincidence. They observe carefully. They identify your emotional needs and adapt to them. They give you exactly what you are missing. If you lack appreciation, they admire you. If you lack stability, they promise commitment. If you lack attention, they overwhelm you with messages. This is called love bombing. The intensity creates fast attachment. And once you are emotionally invested, the shift begins. Coldness appears. Criticism follows. Distance grows. You stay because you remember the beginning. You believe the good version will return. But that initial version was a strategy. Why you? Because you feel deeply. Because you take responsibility for others' emotions. Because you struggle to say no. Because you fear abandonment. A narcissist needs emotional engagement. Indifference does not feed them. If you fear being left, you try harder when they withdraw. That increases their control. If your self-esteem is low, you interpret their criticism as proof that you are flawed. You try to improve. If you grew up earning love through performance, instability feels familiar. Narcissists test boundaries gradually. Small criticism first. Then emotional withdrawal. Then devaluation. If you stay, they escalate. They are not looking for equality. They are looking for reflection. And the reason they choose you is not your weakness. It is your emotional depth. Without boundaries, emotional depth becomes vulnerability. Once a person realizes they are in a relationship with a narcissist, the main question appears: how do I get out? The hardest part is not leaving physically. The hardest part is breaking the emotional attachment. Narcissists create emotional instability on purpose. Warmth today, coldness tomorrow. Praise followed by criticism. This unpredictability strengthens attachment. It works like variable reinforcement, the same mechanism used in gambling. You never know when the reward will come again, so you stay longer. The first step is accepting that the perfect version from the beginning was not real. It was a strategy. The second step is rebuilding boundaries. Narcissists test boundaries constantly. Through criticism. Through silent treatment. Through emotional withdrawal. When you calmly assert limits, they encounter resistance. And here is the key point. Narcissists avoid people with stable self-esteem. They avoid individuals who are not afraid to lose the relationship. Can say no calmly. Do not over-explain themselves. Refuse to engage in emotional drama. Why? Because control becomes impossible. When you stop reacting emotionally, stop defending your worth, stop chasing validation, the emotional supply disappears. Sometimes a narcissist will switch to victim mode. They may accuse you of being cold or selfish. This is an attempt to trigger guilt. The most powerful response is emotional neutrality. Another crucial part is self-reflection. Why did you tolerate it? Why were you afraid to leave? Why did you justify the behavior? Often the roots are fear of loneliness, low self-worth, or childhood patterns where love had to be earned. If these patterns remain unconscious, the cycle can repeat. True freedom is not just leaving a person. It is changing your psychological pattern. When you develop strong boundaries, narcissists lose interest. Because you are no longer a source. And your empathy becomes strength, not vulnerability.